Hello, this is Noreen from Joya Cards and welcome to my channel. Yay! Anyway, we are going to do an inlaid card. So I am using Happiness Abounds and it is in the 2022-23 catalog. I don't know if this is going to make it to the new one or not. So if you like it, yeah, it might not be back. And I'm also using the dies here from the same bundle. The only other die I'm using is from Sending Smiles, and it's this one for the sentiment. I wanted something really thin. So let's go ahead and get started. This is an A6 card. So it's a 9 by 6 1/4 and score at 5 1/2. And we've got it here in basic black. Now I always do the inside, and the inside, the Granny Apple green is 6 and 4 1/4, and the Daffodil is 5.75 by 4, and I went ahead and scored it up. And then the white we're gonna go ahead and put in as soon as I put some flowers on it is 375 by 5.5. Here's the inside, and I actually did put a sentiment in it for once. This particular set had something very generic for the birthday. So happy birthday, wishing you all happiness. You can imagine that's pretty generic. So I had no problem putting that inside my cards. Most of them will say I or we or whatever, and I don't like doing that. That kind of, you know, makes it harder to give out a card. So all I'm doing here is I'm taking the little flowers from the set here and stamping them up in memento. So I'm going to put one in each side in one and one in each side in the other, and just like that. Now we're just going to color these. So I'm using light cherry cobbler, dark granny apple green, and dark daffodil delight. So I'll just color these up and put it on the card. And that's the inside of the card. Now snail, granny apple green, and this is 6 1/8 by 4 3/8. So it's just a tiny bit under the size of the card. Next, I'm taking this die, and the reason why I made this an A6 card is because I wanted to make a design with this die that just wasn't on one side. So I'm going to put one here, and then I'm going to turn it around and put one here. But as I cut it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little, I know they're leaves, but they look like hearts to me. So I'm going to be inlaying those. So first I'm going to cut it in white, and then I'm going to cut it in red. So here's that white one, and I had the die on there going this way, and then I turn it around, and I had the die going this way. Now I want you to take your pick tool. I want you to push out all the little leaves that hang, so they kind of flip up here, because all these little things flip up. So go ahead and flip those all up. Now that all those little leaves are flipped up, I want you to take your light Granny Apple Green and color them, each one. And that's what that will look like when you're done. The next part is we're going to put in all these, what I think they are, hearts, inlaid into the die. So I'm going to take a piece of cherry cobbler. This is my bottom plate, and I'm going to cut this. And after I cut this, I'm going to slide gently off that top plate and keep all the pieces inside. Now I'm going to gently take this off and move it over to the side. And I kept all the little pieces on the plate. Now we're going to take this piece and we're going to snail it to our card. And I'm running over the part that's cut. And I'm doing that so hopefully some of the hearts will be held down by the tape a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in the middle like so. Now take your pick tool with the putty on the end, or if you have one of those putty things, face the die the same direction as this one here, and you're going to be taking some fine tip glue, and I'm going to be putting glue inside all the little hearts, like half of them, because this does dry kind of quick. So I'm going to do half at a time, and then I'll glue the other side and do the other half. So I'm just putting fine tip glue in all the little holes. Now I've got my putty here, and I've got the cut going the same direction as the card. And I'm going to start taking the hearts and putting them in the holes. It's not as bad as you would think. I thought at first, oh, this is going to just take too long, but it's not that bad. That's one side. Now let's cut another one. Now I've cut the other one here, and now I'm just putting glue inside of the hearts, and we're gonna inlay those again. Now I'm just grabbing my hearts with my take your pick tool, and I'm just putting them quickly into the holes here. And that's what it looks like with all the little hearts in. Now I'm using the sentiment tag from Sending Smiles, and I cut it in Daffodil Delight, and I used the happy birthday and just memento like that. Next, we're going to take memento, and we're going to stamp out these 2 roses and these 2 leaves just like that. Now I'm going to color the roses. Now I'm going to make one of the big roses red. I'm going to use dark cherry cobbler and light cherry cobbler. I'll start out with light and just do some accents around the edges just to give it that dimensional look. And then the bigger flower I'm going to do in Daffodil Delight, light and dark. And the leaves I'm going to do light and dark granny apple green. So go ahead and color up your flowers. Here's what it looks like when it's colored. And now I'm going to die cut them out. I went ahead and taped these down. Now, I use my delicate frog tape. It works great. And there's a link in my description if you want to get some. So I went ahead and snailed the yellow flowers and the leaves. I put dimensionals on the 2 red flowers, and I used the foam adhesive strips on the sentiment. So let's go ahead and assemble here. So I got my card, and I'm going to put down the yellow first. And I'm just going to put it in that big space here. Right, like that. Now I'm going to take the leaves and I'm going to tuck them under the yellow. And I'm going to do this right here. Like that. And I'm going to take the other leaf and I tuck it back here. And the other leaf, I'm going to tuck right here. And the dimensional flower, got the dimensionals on there. I'm just going to put it right like so. And the other one like so. And then I'm going to put this askew just like that. And we got to finish it off with our brass butterflies. So I'm just putting on the butterflies just on the ends like so. And that's the card. So if you like, please put a comment in and subscribe and do all that good stuff. And that will do it for me. Thanks. Bye.